大家好，我是康云. Hello everyone, I'm Kang Yun, also known as Cricket, aka Cloud, and welcome back to Chang'e's journey through Boletaria. Last time we made it this far into the Shrine of Storms. We freed Graverobber Blige, and one thing I wanted to comment on that he said is that this place was used as a shrine for ghastly rituals, and that is a big part of the lore here. And looking above, I think you can actually see that I think that's the spot where the copper key is. And there's a trap on the ground. Or maybe this is the opposite side to that. I can't remember. But yeah, this area is pretty cool. It's pretty unique. Like all the areas in this game. Here we have another illusory wall. And you want to be careful because there's a pressure plate there. And there's more bolts that will come out of the wall. And if we come out over here, we can see some more hawks. And there is, yeah, there it is. There's a couple storm beasts we'll want to take out. And if you don't have a ranged attack when you come here, you just really, the Thief's Ring is really good for this level. Or you'll just have to avoid their attacks. We can get our revenge on. What does it have? We can get our revenge on the Vanguard. We can hopefully plague him. He does have strong plague resistance, so it might take us a bit to plague him, but we should be able to do so. Ooh, he got us. I was being a bit careless there. But it's good we bought those grasses. Might have wanted to buy some more fresh spice, but I probably shouldn't have tried to plague him, but I kind of want to test that out. To do some plague, and then the Crescent Falchion. The Crescent Falchion is actually useful on him because he's weak to slash. And we did just lose all those souls, but like I said, it's not a big deal because we'll get so many souls from doing this level and from the boss. So I'm not too concerned about that. I mean, yeah, if I can, I'd like to keep my souls. Whoa. I guess I guess cloak didn't work on him. Somehow. Okay. We want to take out these archers here. And actually, if we kill this guy, we can get some more souls. Yeah, the skeletons are weak to fire. It seems particularly useful on that guy. And the fire also does stun them for maybe I think maybe a longer period of time than it is a little bit irritating that we cannot just one-shot them. And the Vanguard won't actually come. Man, I'd like to be able to take him out from. Looks like we can. We do have the range. It seems we're a bit high. Alright, enough messing around with that. We're just burning through stuff. I don't think he can even hit us from here. Here we can get the it's called the Mo Dao, which could be translated as the mystical curved sword, but it's a in English it's called a English. It's not a it's a Turkish sword. It's pronounced, and I don't speak Turkish at all, but from what I understand, it's pronounced Kilij. Kilij. The soul item. That attack is deceptively has quite a bit of range. So I'll try to demonstrate the Falchion here. And you want to be careful because, like I said, those enemies will attack you while you're fighting this guy. That wasn't actually great to turn my camera away like that. If we come down here, actually, we can get some more cloudstone shards. Take that guy out. But I want to use this to bleed him, and we get the Da Dao. You see he's already bleeding, but it took how many hits, and we didn't plague him at all. The thing is, his plague lasts for 10 minutes. And when he's plagued, you'll see an aura coming off of him. But you have to really... You have to really lay into him. Oh, I think he's plagued now. Yeah, he's got like this gray aura coming off of him. And then we could poison him. Or no, maybe he wasn't plagued. My bad. Whatever. We'll go back to the man, missing with all those attacks. And the bleed should get him. And we will get the 会师恶魔之魂, the gray demon soul. So yeah, this is the 莫婉刀, the magic curved sword, and this is the 大刀, which this is a Japanese sword, as we all know. This is in Japanese. It's called the Uchigatana. Well, I can't speak Japanese, so but that's what we call this in English, or we call them katanas. But the Japanese word is the same two characters here, but in Chinese it's pronounced da dao, and I'm not sure of the pronunciation of that in Japanese, but it's based on the it does use the Chinese characters, so it's the same. But that literally means strike sword. And notice that it's a dao because it's a sort of curved blade. But the blade curves at the end. And a katana was meant to be a sword that you unsheath and in one fluid movement strike with it. And that's how you sort of use that sword, which is why it's called a striking sword. And that's what Uchigatana means, actually, is striking sword. But we're gonna go back to a rapier. But this level also gives you, I guess, the good dex weapons, the striking sword and the magic curved blade. You know, well, no, we died. I don't really want to go fight those skeletons again. See, even though we did die, we do still have quite a bit of souls. What was that? Oh, I didn't even see him. lining up that shot. Caught me totally off guard. And there's another, and we can two-shot him with the fireball. There's another black skeleton. This is the Adjudicator Shield. This is a very useful shield for any build who's going for regen. Mainly faith builds tend to do that because faith weapons have regen built in. 审判者之盾. This quite literally is the judge's shield or adjudicator's shield, and we see the adjudicator on it. It has some lore on there that gives some lore and background to this area. The adjudicator is the boss of this level, and in order to be worthy of offering yourself up in sacrifice to the storm, the god of the storms, you had to first be judged by the adjudicator. And climb up here, get some much needed half moon grass. If you haven't noticed, Boletaria was the level where you got the most grass, and the other levels we've done so far have been pretty low on getting us grass, or pretty lackluster I should say. We want to try and take out some of these storm beasts because wow. They will be a pain in our side when we're going through the next area, but if you have a bow, it's easier to free aim at them, and it looks like I just don't have quite enough range to hit that one. And we can see around over there. But you can't actually land there. Now, there's another trap here on the ground, so you want to be careful about this. You can trigger it and run away. Or you could just roll from above past it and not even have to deal with it. So we're going to cast Cloak here. So hopefully not have to deal with these storm beasts too much. I did take out quite a few, so it shouldn't be as bad. But up ahead, you are pressed. This is a pretty challenging part of the game. You are confronted with very narrow walkway, and you have to fight gold skeletons, which these ones are slower, but their weapons, and that's the weapon I was showing you at the beginning of my of this playthrough, the ritual blade. I would like to fight this boss in melee. I don't know that you can actually parry these guys. But you see how resistant to piercing they are. And they do get hyper armor on their attacks. And you see he almost one-shot me. And we want to be very quick about getting inside here and not getting shot by a... Storm Beast. We got a little bit more grass, so we'll definitely use that. If you come up here, this is where we were just overlooking before. The other side. See how we were just up there? We can see this item. It's 3 late moon grass. Well needed. And then if we drop down on this platform, across up here, we get the Graverobber's ring, which does the same thing as the Thief's ring, except for it only works on black phantoms, which a lot of people think it's pretty worthless for that reason, and I tend to agree. Come over here. We can get some more Cloudstone. Cloudstone is used to upgrade shields, and it's usually pretty worthless, but it's the only upgrade path available for shields. Oh, we forgot to get a few more items over here. If we come up here, yeah, we can get this soul. That's an item from that gold skeleton, but whatever they drop I don't need, so want to use cloak here because there's a crystal lizard we do want to kill. Or maybe he disappeared already. Well, at least he didn't fall. And then if you come over here, we get the regeneration ring. But there's a crystal lizard right on this path here that drops more moonshadestone that we'll be wanting. But we'll be coming here again to farm that lizard. When the tendency is black. And you want to be careful here of that trap as you walk in. You can fight this boss in both ranged and melee strategy, but because I'm low on spice, well, I do actually have some old spice, so I'll try to show this boss and fought melee and a bit of range. We'll see how it goes. I'm less familiar with fighting him from range, so hopefully I don't screw it up. So this is the Adjudicator, and you want to come down here because he will break the floors, and it's actually the bird that will take damage. And he has 2 ranged attacks, his sword and his tongue. It's hard to oh, we're very strong. Took him out no problem. Pretty weak to magic. We should get a fair amount of souls for that. With the silver bracelets, yeah, 12,870, and we get a stone of ephemeral eyes. But yeah, if you come out here and you stand here, his tongue will lash up at you and knock the floor down. And it will do a lot of damage, and you fall and you can die pretty easily. And the same thing here. You saw him using his... He has the butcher's knife, and he uses it to attack you. He will also sometimes flail his tongue, which is harder to dodge. But you see how slowly he swings. It's pretty easy to evade his attacks. The melee strat is a little different. You have to come down here. You can't actually damage the body of the boss, but there's a broken sword in his gut that if you attack enough, it won't do damage to him, but it does like stagger damage, I'll say. And if you do enough stagger damage to him, he'll fall over, and then you can attack the bird on his head with your weapon. Alternatively, if you have a bow, you can do the same strategy I did, but yeah, you saw how quickly he went down just using Soul Ray, and we didn't have to use any spice. So, and I did have a unupgraded Crisp Blade and Ring of Magical Sharpness, and we only have 19 magic, so and we're neutral tendency. And then for killing him, we'll get the Swollen Demon Soul. Which I don't think it actually can teach you any spells. I think it teaches you a miracle, or you can use it to make the butcher's knife. But we want to level up with those souls. We could buy Evacuate, but I think right now.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be
Yeah, we'll put that
mended.
all into magic, which will give us it'll give us more damage on our Crisp Blade. And it will increase our power of our spells.
I keep the candles lit and serve the brave. Art thou finished? May thy strength help the world be mended.
Alright, now that... Yeah, now our catalyst has a magic adjust of 141. The silver of 131. We want to deposit all the stuff we picked up that we don't
Hello
need.
again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings, don't you worry.
Oh yeah, I didn't finish talking about Cloudstone. It's the only upgrade path for shields, and what it does is it essentially adds more magic block to the shield. It adds, I think at +5, your shield will have 70 magic block. But the problem is it keeps the stability of the shield at base stability. So for example, this kite shield that we got in Latria has 55 stability, but I think when you upgrade it to +10 with Hardstone, it will have something like 75 stability, if I'm not mistaken, in the 70s. It will keep its defenses, but if you were to take it down, I think you have to get it to is it +3 maybe? And then once you get it to +3, you can take it to Ed. Excuse me, and he'll upgrade it. You can upgrade it with Cloudstone to the Shade or Dark path. But it'll keep its 55 stability once all the way upgraded, but the thing is then it would have 100 physical, 70 magic, and 70 fire. Now that seems nice if you want to have a shield that blocks more magic, but there exists a shield in the game that basically makes all of any shields you would upgrade along that path not worth it, because when that shield's fully upgraded, it has better stability, and it has 100 physical and 100 magic block, and I think maybe like 70 fire. So it's very good. Its stability isn't like, I think it's 65 when fully upgraded. It's a medium shield, so it can parry. The only shields I think that would ever be worth using Cloudstone on, if for whatever reason you didn't want to parry and didn't want to use that Dark Silver Shield, which is what I was just referring to, you could maybe use it on the Purple Flame or Steel Shield, because, well, the Purple Flame has 90 fire, and then if it had 70 magic, it would keep that 60 stability, but at the same time, it's like, it'd be kind of a waste, because this thing has it gets like 80 stability or something when it's plus 10. I don't know, maybe if you have two. We don't need the Adjudicator Shield, though it might be useful at some point. We don't need the Striking Blade or the Magic Curved Sword. We'll keep that on us because that actually will be pretty powerful until we get our Rapier Crescent, which actually that's what we should do next. We don't have the stats for that bow. I would like to make a bow at some point, though.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
We have 1,000 souls. It might be a good idea to go buy some grass from Patches. We're also low on... we don't have any fresh spice. Let's consume some of these souls that we got. We got a bunch of these Renowned Heroes soul. 5,000, yeah.
Well, we've long been acquainted, so I'll give you a good price, eh?
Yeah, he has the same price on the Half Moon as Blige does, at 300. Yeah, we'll buy some of those.
Nice stuff, eh? Come again, then. I'll be awaiting.
And we want to go upgrade our... I think we have enough moonshadestone. To get a Crescent Rapier +1. We should anyways.
What do you need? If it be a blacksmith, show me your steel. If not, then head straight for the door.
Oh, now that we killed the armored spider.
Demon souls. They're like powerful spirits. Some can even bless weapons. But doing so requires a powerful flame. Invigorated by a demon soul of scorching heat.
Yeah, he gives us this dialogue now that we beat the spider.
Invigorated by a demon soul of scorching heat.
Okay. Well, we don't have any souls.
Don't waste my time. What be if it be a blacksmith?
Okay, we want to take our +6. Yeah, we can make a New Moon piercing sword. We have 3, we need 2. So we can see what it's doing. It's it gets rid of all of the strength and dex scaling, but adds a high A scaling in magic, and we lose out on a lot of physical damage, but we gain quite a bit of magic. So we get 112. Is that 112 magic and 59 physical? So we'll want to get. Now we need 2 more shards to get it to +2.
All done. But be gone. I work alone.
But now you see it's 171. The Crescent Falchion is 193. But the Falchion, or the Full Moon Sword, is just in general stronger, but this thing does have higher critical damage as well. But it also has MP regen now. And I think what we're going to want to do now is, because we beat the first boss in the Shrine of Storms, we actually want to die in that level, because we want to start getting that level to pure black so we can farm the crystal lizards. And I think there's actually some dark moonstone we want to get there that we can pick up in the second part of the level, and we should be able to get our sword to +2, Crescent +2. If you come around here, you can get a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. I'm being rather careless here because I'm planning on dying anyways. But I could very likely get invaded. You can drop here and get another soul item. And then we'll see Blige has relocated to this spot.
Hello there, we meet again. You look terrible. Cheer up. Life is an adventure. There's somebody I ought to warn you about. A fella who lacks common decency. They call him Patches the Hyena. And he's the one that laid that trap for me. He's the kind of person who'd stab his own mother in the back. If you happen to spot him, you'd do us all a favour by putting him out of his misery. Have you been to the altar where the Reapers summon shadows? Well, I think someone may be trapped in the lower cavity. I heard them praying for dear life. Pity the poor fool. He probably fell for one of Patch's old tricks. Pity the poor fool.
And you'll see now he will sell. He sells regular arrows and wooden arrows still, but he also sells. Now he sells cool poison throwing blades. He does sell moonshadestone, but for 3,000 a piece, which too expensive for us. We could get that pretty easily. He sells light arrows, fire arrows, holy arrows, and this phosphorescent grains, which give us magic defense. We don't need any of this right now. We don't have a bow we can use properly. I don't think we have enough decks, really.
Well, suit yourself. But a bit of indulgence goes a long way.
So there's the Reaper, and that's the scythe that I was showing in the first episode. Or maybe not the first episode, but one of the earlier episodes. I forget which one. But if we use Cloak, that didn't go well. We take more damage from him. Having a bow is really useful for farming that guy, but he does drop He does drop moonshadestone pretty much every time. You'll get either a shard or a chunk. He sometimes can drop a war scythe. I think there's one on the ground here. Yeah, so that's... We needed 3. Or maybe we need one more. I can't remember. But when you kill him, all of those Shadow Lurker enemies he spawns die, but if you don't kill him and you kill those Shadow Lurker guys... Also, watch out for this trap. If you run up here blindly... You'll trigger that and when you're picking up that Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. There is a illusory wall here that you can come down to take out. This is the skeleton you farm for pure blade stone. Oh, we have Cloak, I forgot. But you gotta be careful when you come out here because there's a lot of storm beasts, and if you come out here to fight that guy, you will very often... Oh, that wasn't good, because he fell off. So we lost that spawn count without getting his loot. Which is not great. I probably shouldn't have done that, because I would wanted to come here in pure black. We'll kill that Reaper once more and hopefully get another shard of moonshadestone. It's a little tricky to kill him this way, but he is pretty weak to fire. He's not weak to magic. He's actually really resistant to magic, so that's why I didn't use Soul Ray. see if I can. Oh, there is one of those guys. But they will fall down, yeah. There you go. And you get 3,644 souls, and I think we're one shade above neutral, yeah, and we get one moonshadestone shard. And if you come up this way, this is the way back up. But this hallway is filled with those shadow lurkers. And you might think you can run across there, but as I showed earlier, that gap is broken there, so you'll fall. But if you come over here and pick up this item, you'll get 11 poison knives. Those are a sign for you that the boss is weak to poison. Oh, and I think there's some chunks we can get if we kill. There's a Black Phantom here, and we can talk. Remember, Blige told us about Patches. Well, you encounter him here again, and you're lured in here by these Augurs of Guidance.
Oh, hello again. Hey, don't turn a cold shoulder. I didn't mean to do you wrong, really. Come on now. We've got better things to fret about. That pit there is filled with treasure. But, I'm having a little trouble getting to it myself. Go on, take a look. There are more riches than you could dream of.
You mean that right there?
What's keeping you? Have a look at that treasure down in the pit. Then we'll think up a way to fish it out.
Okay.
Don't hold it against me, eh? Take your time starving to death. Then I'll sell every last trinket off your corpse.
So you get pushed down here, and you see that item on that rock. That's a pure white tendency event. If it's pure white, that item will be on the ground, and you'll be able to pick it up. But right now we can't get it. Some crescent moongrass, and we see. If you heard, if you remember what Blige said about somebody calling from below. Oh, there's 2 more moonshadestone shards. There we go.
Heavens. Did you fall for that little devil's trap? Well, I did the same. He fooled me, and now I am stuck here. The reverberations seem to suggest that we are connected to the outside. A fearsome dark phantom stands between us and freedom. But have no fear. God will cleanse us of evil. Pray with me. Umbasa.
So this is Saint Urbane, who you want to come free if you're making a faith build and want the miracles. So this guy is pretty good at dodging your magic. NPCs in this game have pretty smart detection. Yeah, it looks like he's not gonna let us dodge. But we did upgrade this rapier. Whew. One for the parry. He's got 2 of those striking swords. One of them is the hiltless, because you see him taking damage when he lands an attack on me. Man. I'm not having any luck parrying that for some reason. There we go. Alright. And yeah, he drops 3 moonshadestone chunks, very useful. And then a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. And once you kill him, you want to go talk to Urbane.
Oh, it's you. Did you cleanse the world of the aforementioned phantom? God has chosen you. And for that we are thankful. Umbasa.
I don't know why they changed his line, but in the original he said, "Did you cleanse the world of another dark soul today?" I'm assuming it's because of wanting to disassociate from Dark Souls. Maybe that's a copyrighted name now. I don't know, but it seems silly. But opening this door is what triggers him to be freed and go back to the Nexus. I believe you have to kill the Phantom. I think there was a glitch in the original game where you could farm that Black Phantom infinitely for Stones of Ephemeral Eyes. I forget how that worked, but I've never done it myself, but I've read about it.
You? Hey, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean what I said. Well, a man's got to make a living, right? Here, look, I can make up for it. There aren't many humans like us. We need to stick together. I know. Have this as a token of my friendship. Not bad, right?
He gives us a gash resistance ring. A very great ring, Patches. Thank you.
Come on. Let's be friends. What do you say? No need to drag each other down.
And he has the Adjudicator Shield, as we've seen, but we now know from picking it up what shield that is.
No need to drag each other down.
And he's got a short spear, which, funny enough, has a pretty long range for being so called. We don't need to do anything else here for now. We'll go upgrade our sword, and I think what I'm gonna do is probably off camera I will do some co-op to get my body form back and die here several times to get it to pure black, and then we'll farm out the crystal lizards as much as we can to get as much moonshadestone as we can to get this crescent piercing sword to plus, well, ultimately we wanted to get to +5. We'll need a pure moonshadestone for that, which the lizard on that ledge can drop it, which was why I was so upset that that one fell. But it would only really drop it in pure black. So we'll go upgrade it with the stones we got.
What be your need? If it be a blacksmith,
Should be able to get it to
show me your
+3, I think.
If not, then head straight for the door.
Oh no. We need 2 more. Well, I'll go do that off camera because I'm getting pretty low on time here. And I'll get it to +3. And
All done. Let me go.
now it's 192. And it will only get stronger as I level up my magic, along with upgrading it itself. But if you couldn't tell in this game from early on in my playthrough, it's more important early to level up your weapon. As you saw, I beat the armored spider with I think like a +4 or +5 rapier, and I did use some magic, but my magic wasn't all that strong. And actually my rapier did more damage to it, and then I killed the Fool's Idol with the rapier buffed with turpentine. And I apart from leveling up vitality and endurance to 10, I haven't touched those stats since, and then I just got the 13 strength for the spear. If you're playing along, you know, with what I'm doing, you'll notice that the two big things to take away are, one, have a weapon that you want upgraded like quite a bit more than the others that you're gonna use as a main weapon, at least for the time being. It doesn't have to be the weapon you use forever, but one that will be that you like the moveset of and that you can upgrade, and then upgrade the stats that are corresponding to what that weapon will scale with. So I initially upgraded this to +6, but stopped. I could have gotten it higher, but I knew I was going to make it Crescent, so I started focusing on magic. Plus, I'm going to use mostly magic spells to do the bulk of my damage for, which I feel like most of the playthrough, though having these swords as, you know, close melee range combat will help. So yeah, upgrading and upgrading, you don't want to spread your stats too thin, because if you just have, like, say, if I had, instead of 25 magic, and just like put a little bit of that into vitality, a little bit in endurance, a little bit in intelligence, a little bit into strength, a little bit into dex, a little bit into, you know, if I just was spreading that out, I mean, that's not necessarily bad, but you'll feel a lot weaker in that case, because your weapons won't get as much scaling and nothing will be quite so powerful. So it's better to focus on one or two stats first, along with upgrading one or two main weapons, and then your shield if that you want to use. So hopefully that tip is helpful for anybody who's struggling or new to the game. And if you've been leveling up along with me, that's why I've not been putting points into my vitality or endurance thus far. If you are new, you may want to put a little bit more, but the idea is that you have strong enough magic that you can take out enemies from range, so you don't have to take that many hits, which is why you don't need that much. And using magic doesn't cost endurance in this game. So, but I think that's all the time I have for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time on Chang'e's journey through Boletaria. Umbasa.